It's Local Edition. Brad Pomerance here in the Inland Empire. Joseph W. Brady is back. He is a trustee with the Victor Valley Community College District. I want to speak with you about accreditation. Over the last few years, I've spoken with lots of folks on community college boards, some facing accreditation crises. Cuesta College in San Luis Obispo, College of the Redwoods in Humboldt County, Mission College, LA Southwest College, Compton College had their accreditation yanked. Recently, San Francisco City had their accreditation yanked, but then the courts stepped in and it was given back. And so, what's your sense of just accreditation generally, given what happened recently with San Francisco City?
This is, it's a hot topic whether you believe that anybody should be involved in the process. I personally believe that the ACCJC has done a reasonable job in the accreditation process. Not everybody agreed with San Francisco and the outcome. At the end of the day, you know, I don't agree with the Internal Revenue Service, but they also, their checks and balances are to be sure that I report my income and that I do what I say I'm going to do. So, you know, we just went through it. We at
VVC
for many years. When when I came in I was appointed on February 1st of 2011, and the next morning we had submitted for the next round, and we had some pretty dismal reports for many, many years. And I think that part of it was self-inflicted, and I think that part of it was the fact that we didn't have cohesive leadership at the top, and that all of our groups are not working as they are now. So, you know, you go forward to where we are today. We hired Dr. Wagner back in July of 2014. We just went through it, and when you look at how, you know, Jessica Gibbs with the Academic Senate and the CTA with Lisa Ellis and Claude Oliver, all of the major players from the different constituency groups, you know, Margaret Kagi with the CSEA, even Debbie Peterson, one of our, you know, key CSEA people. The college came together, and you could tell by the accreditation team and what they saw and what they told us on the way out the door. So they're there for the 3 days. They're there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And on Thursday morning, they met at 10 o'clock. They meet up in our Student Activity Center. And they give a report, and then they say, for you, please to stay here, we're going to leave. They went through and they talked about all the accommodations we did, you know, the work that Steve Garcia had done in energy and all the great things we did. We had two little minor issues that I believe are going to get resolved. So are we back to where we were years ago? No, but there was a period of time that we really had a hard time, and some people blame the ACCJC for it. I didn't blame the ACCJC. I kind of blamed the fact that we didn't have a cohesive board of trustees that we do today, that we didn't have cohesive leadership at the top, and now we've got a great group of people that have come together that realize that we're there for one reason, and that's to get it done. And I'm looking forward to last week of
But what I'm wondering, though, is it seems as if community colleges are constantly in accreditation mode.
Correct.
We have accreditation coming up every 6 years. Now, while that may seem like a long time, we can blink and it's 6 years. And you're preparing for accreditation 3 years out. And if you had any demerits from before, you're fixing the accreditation issues. And so could it be that we need to extend the time maybe to every 10 years or... I don't know, I'm just
There was a real hope during that week. Dr. Wagner felt by Tuesday that there was a chance based on how the process had gone. So you submit your report. Peter, and we call him Peter Mama Humbo. He's what I call our executive vice president. We were hoping for a 7-year clearance.
Oh, can they give?
We can go up to 7 years. Okay, so we believe that we'll definitely be clear for 2 years. The next time they won't have to come back down, and they won't have to bring their team of 15 or 20 people.
2 years, I mean.
But I will say this: compared to what we've gone through, when I walked out of that room with Trustee Tortorici and Trustee Pinkerton, unfortunately, our president of the board, Brandon Wood, was out of the country. I could not have been more proud. I could not have been more proud of how the campus came together. Remember, I'm not always the most popular person because I'm pretty tight on. Well, I'm outspoken, but I'm very concerned about dollars and cents. I want to be sure we can get as many students through there and have as many certifications. I mean, we have 100 different certification programs out there. But how we came together this time, I was so proud of me. I walked out, I got in the car, and I called Deb, and I said,
Deb's your wife.
I just said, we've really made great strides. Why? Because we have a great leader, and then that great leader brought together, Jessica and Claude and Lisa and Margaret Cakery and everybody else on the campus. You could feel it. You could feel it. You can blame the ACC, JC for all kinds of stuff, but at the end of the day, we all have to be accountable.
Do four-year institutions go through accreditation as
Correct.
frequently?
Everybody goes through.
But as frequently? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know how they do it. But I will say this. I have no problems with the process.
I understand.
As long as the process is done fairly and done in some type of, in a uniform manner.
But
the team that came in this time was very different than the team that we've seen there before. You could tell they sit down, they interview each one of the trustees.
do you feel, though, that part of the reason why they acted differently is because of the slap on the wrist they got with the city of San Francisco's Community College District, and how the court basically came in and said, you didn't do this correctly, they get their accreditation back?
There could be that, but I think that part of it is a team. So when you talk to people that have done this, that have been on these accreditation teams, there are times I think that you might get somebody on your team that goes to another community college that wants to teach them something or show them something. From the chairman that came in from Allen Hancock College this time, you could tell. You could absolutely tell that the team was a team, and it was there to help us. It was not there to punish us. We're there to educate.
So maybe the San Francisco City situation was to the advantage
Absolutely,
of the
you never know.
I want to talk more broadly about the cost of community college. You talked about dollars and cents. Community college continues to be a pretty good bargain. I know that the per unit rate has gone up over the last few years. Not in the last couple of years, but it had been 26 a unit, then it went to 36, then it went to 46. Still the cheapest in the nation.
It's a bargain.
Still the cheapest in the nation. But our friends at the CSU system and the UC system, they are now raising their fees. First time in 5-6 years or so. So far, we don't hear that from the community colleges. Should we?
I don't think that we're going to. I think that, one, it's the greatest bargain I think that education offers within the state. Not everybody not everybody's going to go to a four-year university or a Cal State or a UC or a Harvard. I think in our case, it is a great bargain. We have a lot of students that receive grants and loans and Pell Grants, and So
But what about the move, by the way, with our friends in Sacramento who are looking to give 1 year free? We know there are certain programs, the LA College Promise, the Cuesta College Promise. I don't know if VVC has a 1 year program where no charge.
We unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, we had a discussion. I remember it's on November 8th, and it was at a meeting that should not have been very long, and the question came up, and I don't think that we were as prepared as a board to address it. We discussed it. We've asked Dr. Wagner to bring it back. A lot of colleges are adopting it. Long Beach was one of the first ones to do it. And I kind of watched them from a distance, and so it's something that we're going to discuss, I think, in the next 2 or 3 months. Now that the accreditation's behind us, we can really focus on things like that.
Very briefly, you have been public with us about your journey through a health crisis. You're on the other side of it. We're so glad you're healthy. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I put back that 8 pounds fairly quickly.
Exactly. And we can say you were facing a prostate cancer diagnosis.
I had prostate cancer, and I had a pretty high PSA number.
Right.
And I went to Cedars-Sinai, and the staff was just absolutely incredible. And my doctor at Tower Urology was absolutely incredible. And I go down every 90 days and I do a blood test. And I learned a lot through I learned a lot through the process. My wife and I learned a lot through the process.
And I'm just glad that you talked about it, because men, we don't talk about health, especially health dealing with our reproductive organs.
Absolutely.
And so it's important that you did it, and we thank you, and I'm glad you're healthy. His name is Joseph W. Brady.
You got it.
He is a trustee at the Victor Valley Community College District. I'm Brad Pomerance on Local Edition.